What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to our usual Wednesday night live oracle reading. I've got a couple of quick announcements, but I'm going to make them quick because something came up literally between the time I started setting up and now that I have to end at 10 Eastern. No questions asked. So I hope I can get you all in, and we'll just kind of play it by ear. None of you guys are going to get skipped. I just hope we don't have issues with like the people who come in later. It was something that can't be avoided, something personal. Ghost Dragon ZW is okay. He is here, but he is backstage taking the list for me in private chat. He's all right. I mean, there was a fire at his house. He and his family are displaced for the moment, but hopefully it's not going to be as bad as all that as far as damage and him being allowed to go back in his home. I'll let him explain the rest to you when he talks to you guys individually or, next week during stream or whatever the case may be. I would like to, before I say hello or do anything else, observe a moment of silence for our beautiful gemstone friend who has crossed over and is on the other side tonight. She passed away this morning, Miss Shona, and to send a prayer for Blue Crossroads. So let's observe a moment of silence for them. All right, let me say hi to the chat, and we're just going to jump right in, guys, so that everyone that's at least here now can be read tonight. Aside from the news I woke up to this morning about Shauna and Steven, I was having a fairly decent weekend and, holiday, but that's how it happens. It kind of hits you all at once, and it's just very sad on so many different levels. Lotus Girl, yes, you will be in and out. Yeah, that happens sometimes, girl. It even disappears here. Darling Deb, I hope you had a great Christmas as well. I did have a beautiful one. Ralph and Cassie Francis, Melissa, Nicole, Heather, Nikki, Eris, Manna, okay. Jules Facets, Shelly Montgomery, so nice to see you. Nutslap, how are you? Chillin' Charlie, nice to see you. Richard Elmore, Smoochy Smoochy, Vixen Doe, hello. Yes, hugs and prayers and blessings for sure. When it happens to one of our gemstones, it kind of happens to all of us that are always here in this group supporting each other. And I just can't imagine what Blue Crossroads is going through right now. So what we can do is pray for him. If you don't believe in prayer, send him light, energy, positivity, and strength during this tremendously difficult time. Kirby's 100, Mike Roberts. All right, I'm just going to jump right in and get started. Lotus Girl, I believe you're first. I have to keep checking private chat, guys, so just bear with me. So it'll be Lotus, Darlin Deb, and Ralph. That's the order I'm being given. So Lotus Girl, I'm going to use the Water Temple Oracle. It's a new deck. I got Water Temple, and I just got a deck delivered today, the Oracle of the Unicorns, which is different than the other unicorn deck that I have that I don't use often because I really wasn't feeling it. Information about personals, donations, spiritual helper boxes, manifestation intention sprays, etc. all in the description box, guys. Okay, Miss Lotus Girl, you got card number 6. It is the White Spring. The card of release. I let go with peace. Purify, cleanse, and surrender. The white spring signifies an ending is nearby or has already occurred. This completion may encompass a relationship, job, or loss. Remember, just like nature's seasons, Everything is cyclic and born again. Retreat to your tranquil sanctuary, light a candle, breathe and reflect on happy memories and blessings shared. Invoke the tender, loving essence of the goddess to cradle you in her wholehearted embrace. The Lady of the White Spring welcomes the release of tears to cleanse and purify heartache. The holy water of the White Spring supports detoxification with the power of surrender. These diamond teardrops are a beautiful expression of love shared. Be gentle with yourself as you feel, process, and let go of the ache. Honor your feelings as you relinquish grief. Allow waves of emotion to move through you. Observe, connect with, and liberate your feelings in your own way. Pass through past pain knowing that you are not your own wounds. This intentional healing creates space for promising beginnings to stream in for you. A newfound feeling of freedom will restore your hope and the budding of new life. So going on just the card and what I know about you personally, I would say that this is a time you may not realize everything that you've been holding on to in the past. I'm kind of channeling 6 months to a year, but whenever things that you're still holding on to that you haven't processed, that you haven't worked through. And it's like, yeah, because a lot of it is still going on, right? Don't mind me. So how can you work through it and process through these feelings and these things that are happening when they're still happening? But that's the thing. You kind of have to process with it, through it as much as you can, because it's like, okay, as you're going through the process, it's like one thing, two things, three things, four things, until finally you're overflowed, right? But if you process and work through it, you can kind of like, keep it at a manageable level. Also detoxify, watch what you eat, at least for the next week. You should always do that anyway, so that your physical health doesn't suffer. On top of everything else, I know that's already happening. You really haven't been feeling well. I would definitely just change, my God. I would definitely just change your diet as much as you can. I'm not a doctor, but maybe some vitamin supplements. And I feel like your physical sickness and illness has a lot to do with the mental and emotional stuff. You're not processing it. So find your own way to process everything that you're going through little by little by little and kind of chip away at it, because it has built up. You've been so focused on the problems. And again, not a judgment or an indictment. You've been so focused on the problem that you are not focusing so much on the processing through it, if that makes sense. Like you're focusing on the problem, so you're not taking any time to work through whatever issues you can work through. That way, anything that's really not solvable right now, or that there's no solution to, it's like, okay, put that in this pile, but let that pile be this high, and everything you've worked through and processed be this high. I hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, darling Deb. I'm going to use the wisdom of the House of Night. Hi, Anna. Yes, Jules. Yes. Sorry about that. That's kind of what this was all about. All right, darling Deb, you got individuality. Card number 47 in the House of Night deck. No two snowflakes can ever be the same, just as you are special and unique too. This is something to celebrate. Deb, I have marked one young vampire in a way that is unique, setting her apart from all the others. Choosing her symbol is important because it reminds you to reflect on your own unique qualities. It also reminds you not to compare yourself with others. This is a futile exercise because no one is the same. No one's beauty greater or lesser than yours. No one's life better or less than yours. Others may seem happy doing things a certain way, but if you feel as if you're compromising yourself to fit in, don't. People will love you for who you are, not someone you're trying to be. Your task here is only to be yourself. This is a very powerful sign. So I feel like you could be struggling with, I wouldn't say so much fitting in. I mean, there could be a new job or maybe like a new person you're being introduced to. There's something going on in your life where I feel like, no, not going crazy. where you feel as though maybe you don't fit, right? And what the universe is asking you to consider is like, do you really want to? Like, do you have to actually make yourself fit into this group or fit in with this job? Or, it could even be something like an idea. I'm a little stuffy, sorry. Something like an idea, like, is someone trying to convince you of something? Or are your friends on a totally different level with you regarding something that's important to you? Do you know what I mean? Are they trying to convince you that, your religion is wrong? Are you having trouble? Are you feeling as though you have to change major parts of yourself, major ways of your thinking, things that you stand strong and firm in, just to have a relationship with somebody, have a friendship with people, to hold down a job? Whatever this is that's happening in your life, and if you don't know what it is, it will be coming in this week or next week. I see more like a this week type thing. You'll be like, oh, that's what Gemma was talking about. It's like, really sit back and be like, do I want to be around people who will never get to know the real me, or who will never know what I actually think about this because I'm only going along to get along? I don't want to be the only one out of my whole family or the only one out of my whole friend group who feels this way or that way. I don't feel like this is something you do often. I feel like you are very vocal, very honest, but for some reason, there's like something here that you can't, you feel that you can't just speak your mind on. And the universe is saying, like, is this compromise worth it to you? Like I always say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this compromising of yourself, your ideals, your ideas, your, beliefs really worth it to be, with this person, with this group of friends, at this job, etc.? And that is something you're going to have to come to terms with and make a decision about this week. Ralph and Cassie. Hi, Ann and Ralph and Cassie, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Unicorns. Yes, if you're in here, please give it the video a thumbs up. And if you could, later on, come back and leave a comment. Zerg the Berg, what is up? So good to see you again. Bat Mom, hi. Oh, there it is. All right, Ralph, you got the card of celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. And, right away, what I'm getting off this card is like, we never make time, or a lot of us don't usually make time to celebrate our accomplishments. It's like we accomplish one thing or achieve one thing and we're like on to the next thing, right? And what this card is saying is, don't do that. Don't be like that. Something major has either just happened for you or is about to happen for you. And the universe is saying, stop to smell the success. Stop to be grateful and count your blessings about this achievement. I feel like it's something you've been working hard for, or really wanting for a really long time, putting in the effort, and it's finally coming to fruition. I'd say by the end of the year. I wouldn't necessarily say this week, but by the end of the year, it's finally coming to fruition. And the universe wants to make sure that you stop and understand how huge this is, right? How major this is for your growth, your expansion, not only in your humanness, so to speak, but in your spirit as well. So congratulations on whatever this is, even if whether you know what it is yet or not, and really take the time to celebrate. Celebrate who you are, celebrate how far you've come, celebrate your accomplishments, your achievements, etc., etc. Do not simply move on to the next thing without giving thanks, or the universe is not going to be too happy. You are going to have some splaining to do. Let me see the next three. Do not feel bad, Ghost Dragons. He says, I feel bad doing it this way, but thank you for being understanding. Like, he's here with me, helping me. I don't have to take the list. I don't understand what the issue is here. He's in the back going like this. So modest. Melissa, Nicole, Heather, Nikki, and Eris Manna. All right. So Melissa, Nicole. I only have 12 decks out right now because, like I said, I have to leave at 10 Eastern. And I was trying to kind of keep it simple. Yes, and Shauna has passed on and crossed over. And yeah, that mom, that could be That could be an issue in some of our lives too. I don't feel that coming from Ralph, or I would have mentioned it, but no, absolutely. And I've been there, and I deal with that exact thing, you know. Um, who was, I lost track. Dang it. Melissa Nicole. Will o' the Wisp, card number 62 in the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Treasures hidden in the shadows. The Great Mystery and Epiphany. Melissa, Will o' the Wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, into the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer you decided to remain on the journey that you already know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden gilded cage that you realize there must be more. Will o' the Wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure. Your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray, or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self with a capital S? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place. These worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is what you will learn about your own unmaking to unmask yourself. Love what you discover, dark or light, see it all as divine, and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. Melissa, this is talking about opportunities that you've missed or purposefully passed up. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Is he? You know, you're holding on to what's known. This is the message that I'm channeling right now out of fear of the unknown. Like, okay, at least I'm used to this. At least I know what to expect. At least blah, blah, whatever you tell yourself. But the universe is like, look, opportunity knocks. It doesn't ring the doorbell, kick in your door, drag you out of the house. Like, it will knock and move on to the next person and offer opportunity to them if you do not take them up. So this is the universe saying, like, for crying out loud, and that's literally what I'm hearing, take the opportunities that present themselves. It doesn't matter if it's you know, obviously you don't get yourself into dangerous situations purposefully. You know, you don't run off with the random guy you met in a dark parking lot at 2 a.m. if you don't know him, but it's something adventurous that's going to be offered to you. A kind of, hey, you know, move across the country and come stay with me. So things like that. That's probably not going to be what it is, but something like that dramatic that you really have to step up and say, you know what, throw caution to the wind and do it. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck, still, and stagnant until at least middle of the year next year. I'm seeing like April or May before another opportunity may present itself. And that's a maybe. That's not a definite thing that these opportunities are going to keep presenting themselves. You're going to end up where you're going to have to find your own way out, which is kind of hard. If someone is coming to offer you something like, here's your way out, are you going to take it or you're not? Heather Nikki, right? Heather Nikki and Eris. So Heather Nikki, I am going to use the Moonology deck. Heather Nikki, yes. I know a little bit about it. What I'm saying is, obviously, if you sense danger, don't, you know, then it's not an opportunity from the universe. It's a trap. But if, you know, it's something that you get a good feeling about, then take it. Don't make decisions based on fear of the unknown or otherwise. Heather, last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Do you really believe in you? No one is perfect, but you need to believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Be proud of yourself. You came to this earth with a purpose to fulfill. Drawing this card suggests that there are a lot of unresolved self-worth questions that need to be answered before you can start to create the life you know is waiting for you. Being real is the key here. Don't pretend for appearance's sake. You're more than allowed and encouraged to be your real self. In an age where people pretend to lead a perfect life, there's nothing more impressive than true authenticity. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Instead, start to recognize your own talents and assets. Your manifestation affirmation for this week: I am a unique and beautiful soul. Yes, you definitely are. I feel like that mom said, some of us have people in our lives that are constantly putting us down and telling us that we're not worth anything. We have nothing to be proud of. What have you ever done? Those are just manipulation tactics to keep us oppressed, to keep us from realizing and achieving our highest good and our top goals and priorities. And if you don't take pride, not only in the things that you do and the things that you accomplish, but just of who you are in general, look how far you've come. I don't care if it's 10 steps, you still came that 10 steps from where you were. You've advanced, not only physically, but spiritually as well. And I feel like if we can start thinking that way, if we can start thinking on a more spiritual and more eternal level than on this constant, human existence type of thought process, then we really will see how far we've come from, 10 days ago even. So if you could start to try to shift your thinking to an eternal level, to a spiritual level, then there's a good opportunity, or a good chance, this week, that you'll finally start recognizing, again, opportunities that are presenting themselves to you, instead of thinking, well, that'll never happen for me, or, that's too big of a dream, things like that. Guys, give me 1 minute. I have to grab a tissue. Give me 1 minute. I will be right back. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, Eris. And guys, I'm not ignoring the chat. It's just without Steven here to kind of point me toward the comments, I'm trying to just go with the flow to make sure that everyone that comes in gets a reading, since I'm ending after, we have 2 hours yet. Johnny Yuma, hi. Anyone else who came in that I didn't see, thank you for coming in. So Eris, that's good. And it's a very achievable goal. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not, okay? It's a very, very doable with the simplest of things. Eris, I'm going to use the Urban Crow. It's more like stuffy. Eris, card number 33, the card of Night. It is here that all the chatter, all the noise, all the action of the day subsides and quiet returns. Night creates a space to contemplate the day as a whole. What event had the most significant impact and will help you grow? Are there events such as petty squabbles that serve you little and can be released into the darkness? Night brings to your awareness your sleep hygiene. The ability to get a solid 8 hours of sleep has been proven to not only help your mood, but also improve your health. Both dementia and heart disease are linked to lack of sleep. Do you practice healthy sleeping habits? Are your nights filled with restorative sleep, or does your racing mind keep you awake? When the Night card appears, you may need to focus on creating a healthy bedtime routine, Eris. And while that is wildly specific, what I'm getting is guided meditation. I'm always suggesting this, but that's actually what's coming in. If you're having trouble sleeping, if you're dealing with things like sleep paralysis, visitors, things that go bump in the night, right? If you're not, maybe you will be this week, okay? Whatever the case may be, whatever is either, I sleep very well. I could fall asleep at any time. I can sleep, but I'm up 15 to 20 times a night for a couple minutes at a time, and then I'm able to go back to sleep. Even that kind of interrupted sleep is not good for you. It's not good for your body, and it's not good for your soul. As we sleep, the soul astral travels, whether we know it or not, communicates with other beings, visits other worlds. And how can it do that if we're waking up every 15, 20 minutes, right? You might want to consider, Eris, I don't know what your beliefs are, but maybe saging, cleansing where you sleep or your whole home in general. Or if that's too much for you, maybe cleaning out underneath your bed, cleaning the closets. There needs to be some kind of cleaning. I'm so sorry, guys. Or cleansing that you have to do in the area that you sleep in, because I feel a buildup of not really negativity, but like maybe some toxic energy, stuff that you've been holding on to, stuff that you're not aware of, that's going to disrupt your sleep. If it's already not disrupted. If it's disrupted, I would start looking into how to raise my spiritual vibration through guided meditation while sleeping to pull myself out of this toxic sleep state. Mike, yes. Bat Mom, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little bit clogged. It's been a busy 6 days, so I'm finally getting to the point where I can relax a little bit, at least tomorrow. Let me check. The next three are not there. Sorry, guys. Give them a minute. Yeah, my heart breaks for you, Mike, losing a parent, for Blue Crossroads losing our beautiful Shauna. I see death very differently, and it's not that I have a hard time with sympathy. It's that because I see it so differently, it's just different for me. But I did get a sympathy card for him already, and I'm going to send him a small gift in memory of Shauna, and be here for him as much as I can be, being across the country. All right, let's see. Jules, I am going to use the water temple. I think a lot of us did, and praying for her to be released from her pain, regardless of what that looked like. I did do an oracle reading a few months ago for Shauna that I wasn't comfortable giving it, because I feel like when readings like that come up, it does nothing but cause worry. But with everything that's been going on with her for the past few weeks, Stephen and I decided to scrap it. I did bring it to him. I kind of thought that it wasn't the right time to bring that up. And, the cards just don't lie. And I wish there was something I can do. Hi, Madison. Yes, I asked Blue Crossroads permission after he texted me this morning, and I posted in the community tab about it. Underwater Temple, growth. I consciously change and evolve. I believe this is the card that I read to you all on Monday when I was talking about the beautiful cards that I pulled for myself. Jules, this is you. I consciously change and evolve. Flow words, immerse, retrieve, and influence. Mama Quacha's cleansing energy washes over you like an ocean of love. Liberate your spirit by being completely honest with yourself. Don't hide or turn away from uncomfortable truths, but strive to accept and to understand them. This expanded view naturally invites a positive shift in consciousness. The power to transform is and always has been within you. Busying yourself with quick fixes that only address the surface issues delays deeper awakening. There is a whole world within you. Jules, go beneath the surface and restructure your innermost structures to be free of stagnation and obsolete patterns. Walls were built for protection, but now they stand in your way. With their crumbling, you are free of their limitations and can discover whole new realms. Rise from your underwater temple with renewed hope and purpose. You have retrieved wisdom, strength, and pride at all you have faced and overcome. You descend from a legacy of survivors who endured hardship and struggle to clear the waterways for you to arise. You are the change maker, the innovator, and the influencer they spoke of long ago. Your very presence creates ripples of positive change. Rise to embrace your sacred powers. This comes directly from your ancestors, okay? Is there an Aaron in here, or did Shelly make a mistake? The only reason I'm asking is not to call attention to the fact that you made a mistake, but if there's a new person, I just want to be sure to welcome them properly. Jules, what this is saying is you are not reaching your full potential spiritually, okay? I feel like this is another one where it's like you're approaching a lot of opportunities, people, situations from a place of fear instead of from a place of confidence and in the knowledge that you got this. Abundance is your birthright. The whole universe is at your disposal, right? This week, what I want you to focus on is only thinking about the positive outcome. Yes, for anything that you choose to do, choose not to do, there's a possible positive and a possible negative outcome, right? Nothing is certain. But the universe, your ancestors are saying, only focus on the positive, right? Don't even give thought to what could go wrong, to what could, not happen in your favor. That is your homework, your lesson, your challenge for this week. And then next week we'll pull and draw from that and see how that worked out for you if you were able to do it. At the very least, count your blessings. I'm definitely seeing a major opportunity coming through, but I'm seeing it as like it also like an awakening, Jules. Like something finally comes to light and it gives you, like, you finally find out the truth about something or someone, and it gives you the courage that you've been needing to do something different. Okay. So while this may not be the best thing, like this isn't this, this is just an example. You find out your significant other is cheating, that gives you the push to finally move out on your own when you've been staying in this, toxic relationship, trying to work things out for, fear of the unknown. Like we talked about earlier, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So look out for something being revealed to you and use that to make sure that you make any decisions, accept or don't accept any opportunities that come towards you, come to you this week. Do not face them out of fear. Always face them out of the best possible outcome. Smoochie, when is RJ going to sit with me here? Probably pretty soon. All right. I'm so sorry to be blowing my nose on camera, guys, but I'm really stuffed. Nutslap, Shelly, Chillin' Charlie, and Richard Elmore. All right. That's okay. Okay. So Nutslap. Let's go with Journey of a Lonely Soul. And that's why I try not to dwell with people who are experiencing grief or the death of a loved one. I will say, that so-and-so is with you. That death is, like Vixen said, only the passing from one spiritual, from one physical realm to a spiritual realm. But it doesn't make the grief any less. Take a bash at it, baby girl. You're very welcome. Nutslap, you would have to be so in tune with your soul to ever know if it were lonely or not, honey. I say that with love. Most souls are not lonely. And I took issue with the title from the very beginning, but not everyone has the abilities that I have. Again, not bragging, just it struck a chord in me. Thank you, Ghost Dragons. for that amazing donation. I do always appreciate them, guys. They're how I live. All right, Edge of Eternal. She makes her way to the edge of the ever-expanding sea where earth, water, and sky coalesce to form a place outside of each of their realms. The wind speaks of faraway places. The crashing waves carry off yesterday's burdens, and the rocks lay firm beneath her feet. The old stories tell us that magic takes place where 2 or sometimes 3 worlds meet. The crossroads, the hours of dawn, dusk, and midnight, spiritual transformation is not easily made in the mundane places we dwell each day, amidst drab and comfortable surroundings. Seek out the liminal places, neither fully of one world or another. Perform a ritual with sacred words and gestures that set you outside of everyday time and space. Garb yourself in evocative clothes and take on a secret name that better reflects the truth you feel within. Drum, dance, and call upon the divine into your presence. It is from this place, between the planes, that the magic will flow into you, and from here it will touch every part of your life. Your mind, your spirit, and your body will all be awakened by the experience. This may be an ideal time for purification, as it may ease your mind and cleanse the energy around you. Ask yourself, how can I transform my situation within and without? And where can I go that will make my spirit feel alive? So definitely channeling something here where we're talking about finding those hidden inner places, right? Well, first you have to believe that they exist. And secondly, this is another card also about stepping outside of comfort zones. I know you said you live in a small space, so burning incense probably wouldn't be the best thing. Go and burn them outside. Burn them outside. Doesn't have to be a full moon. Wait till you can actually see the moon and burn them outside. And let, the smell intoxicate you. I gave you a special blend. I don't remember which one, but I gave you a special blend. I think it was 7 powers. And let it kind of overtake you, burn a little mugwort and lucid dream. I'm getting the flat out plain message, and I'm just going to say it. Your situation will not change until you spiritually elevate, or at least try to spiritually align yourself with what your ideal life looks like, right? Because you are not aligned with what you feel your goals are, what you feel your best life is. You have to somehow connect spiritually. It could be through religion, or it could be through things like saging, burning incense, working with crystals, things like that. That's what you're being called to do, to open up, to expand your mind, to open up at least to the possibility that these type of things can help. And you can believe that all day long and say, well, Gemma, I do believe that. I know that they can help. I've come to that, realization, weeks ago or months ago. Yeah, but what have you done to show the universe that? You can say it all you want, right? I could say it's pitch black in here. There's no light. That doesn't make it true. I could say I have blonde hair and red eyebrows. That doesn't mean it's true just because I'm saying it. I have to prove that, to show that. And that's what the universe is asking for. A little, and it doesn't have to be a huge thing, right? You don't have to go outside and drum, naked under the full moon and howl wearing animal pelts. But do something, a small gesture of faith in the universe that you believe in it and in its power and willingness to help you live your best, most spiritually aligned life, the life that's most in line with and in tune with your human goals. Shelly, I am also going to use Moonology manifestations for you. Hello. Work through your feelings, Shelly. Last quarter moon in Aries. Here we go. Someone has had their feelings hurt. Maybe it's you. Deal with this upset, especially, but not only if it's on the home front. Whatever is going on right now will go better if you take steps to make sure that no one is feeling like they've been emotionally run over. If you feel like your feelings have been trampled on, it's time to work through them and clear them. Then you can move toward your goals. It's hard to manifest when hurt feelings are in the way. You're welcome. Relationships, especially with family and or the people you live with, are extra supercharged. And now, if someone is riding roughshod over your feelings, don't sulk about it. When someone upsets you, it's easy to wear your hurt like a badge of honor, but that merely perpetuates the situation. Your manifestation affirmation: I now choose to release all my hurt, and so it is. So this isn't saying that you don't have the right to be hurt. This isn't saying that you don't have the right to be angry. This isn't even saying that you were wrong in feeling those things. What it is saying is take it from where it comes from. You're allowing it to affect you when it's certainly or most likely not affecting the other person. You can let them know or don't let them know what they're doing is hurting you, what they did, said, didn't do, whatever. But the main goal here, the point here, is to work through these feelings and emotions, do your best to make sure that it doesn't keep happening, like becoming a perpetual thing, and to clear the air. Like if you have all this hurt built up, and again, like I was trying to explain to Lotus not so eloquently, when you have all this hurt built up, like there's no room for anything else to get in there and work and move in your life. So the universe is saying, if you want to move forward, if you want your life to get better, if you want to understand things that are going on and happening, play through the pain, not play through the pain. That was the wrong thing to say. Work through the pain, okay? Don't play through the pain. Playing through the pain is like ignoring it and just pushing through. No, deal with the feelings, acknowledge the emotion that it's valid, but move on from it. Do not dwell, sulk, etc. Thank you, Chillin' Charlie. I do appreciate that. Well, not really get over. I mean, yes, get over it, but get over it in a specific way where you've worked through it, where it's not going to come back to haunt you. Not get over it like just pretend like it's not happening, you know? Definitely feel it, acknowledge it, validate it, and then let it go. Oh my God, nothing's coming out. Chillin' Charlie. Urban Crow. You know, it's crazy. In the past 3 weeks, every single person that's been around me in my orbit, that's the chair, has been like, not me. Here we go. I feel it. And it just started like 2 hours ago. Yeah. Let's see if I have any. All right, Chillin' Charlie. Memory, card number 29. Crows never forget a friend or a foe. In a changing populated landscape, these remarkable birds recognize the faces of those who have hurt as well as helped. When crows spot a predator or known human who has been less than kind, they go into a frenzy, calling out to all that danger is near. They spread the word about the good stuff too, such as people who tend to share their lunch or places where food is often discarded. What is remarkable is that they also pass down the memory of their experience to their young. As complex as these birds are, forgiveness does not seem too likely. Memory asks you to examine areas where you may be letting a past hurt or situation impact how you engage with someone today. Are you cautious or holding a grudge? Do you expect others to behave in a certain way because of past behavior? Guys, this is definitely a trend, okay? This is definitely, like, again, with have you moved on? Are you holding something against someone because of something they did in the past if they're genuinely trying to make amends? Like, are you willing to offer? And I'm getting very strong feelings of amends, forgiveness, patience, growth, moving on, moving forward. So this definitely has something to do with that. Maybe you don't trust someone because 10 years ago they stole something from you, or maybe, you know, someone broke your heart and now they're coming back around just to say they're sorry and for nothing more. And you're like, yeah, okay, take sorry and shove it wherever. the universe is saying, like, that's not in line with spirit, right? That is not being spiritually aligned or really understanding how the soul works, how forgiveness works. And the universe is challenging you this week, Charlie, to really see if you can offer forgiveness. Remember, forgiveness does not have to equal reconciliation. You can extend the forgiveness, make the amends, and then never speak to the person again. Or if it's the other way around, if it's someone who's not even asking and who you're just, you're allowing something that happened when you were 10 years old or 5 years old to affect your life now because you're still thinking about how much you hate this person or how much pain this person caused you, something like that. It's like, who's really losing over this? You're allowing this person to take up, rent-free space in your head. You're allowing them to still control your life because you're still focused on them. They still have power over you. Forgive them and move on. Whatever that is, I would definitely take that really into consideration this week, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, something is definitely coming in where that is going to matter big time. Richard Elmore. Richard, are you still here, hon? You're very welcome, honey. Thank you guys all for being here with me tonight. Thank you. Richard Elmore. After Richard is Smoochie, then Vixen, then Mike. I'm just giving him a minute because sometimes there is a delay here. There he is. All right. I'm using Aether Creatures. Cernunnos. There's one we actually know. Card number 43 in the upright position. Richard, if Cernunnos has appeared to you right side up, now is not the time to hesitate or to be indecisive. Believe in yourself and see that you possess the very thing you are looking for from others. The universe is not saying that you are on your own in this situation. It is saying that you need to see what you're made of. Perhaps in this particular situation, looking to be rescued by someone else or something outside of you is what stands between you and self-actualization. In other words, you have no idea of your true power, strengths, and capability until the day that there is no one there with more power, strength, or capability to bring about what you want. If Cernunnos has appeared to you right side up, you may need to become aware of where you are superior, or at the very least, your strengths and where they stack up relative to the other people around you. You may know in what ways you are worse than, lower than, or inferior to others, or think you do. But what are you better at than others? In what ways do you have more capability than others? Where do you possess information that others do not? Hierarchy is a reality in the natural world. Cernunnos urges people to recognize this and take their rightful place in that hierarchy. Taking a place higher or lower than is reflective of the truth of a person's actual power, leads to consequences for all beings involved in any given system. Cernunnos tends to come to those who have forgotten their place, especially to assist those who think their position on the totem pole is lower than it really is. Cernunnos does not appear when it's time for you to face your powerlessness. He also does not appear when you need to be realistic or humble, both of those in quotes. Hi, Pooja. Quite the opposite. He comes when you need to think big, embrace big confidence, be decisive, step into your power and act urgently. For this reason, appearing to those who are stuck in the victim position and looking for rescue where they do not need it is a favorite pastime of Cernunnos. He possesses the medicine of inevitable victory which is why he was once a revered battle mascot. Cernunnos teaches, quote, no guts, no glory, end quote. Salvador, hi. Yes, Pooja, you don't have to ask. You just have to come in and say hi. Richard, so I feel like at least for this week and maybe in the past couple of weeks, but I'm not sure on that one. Only you will know if you already are seeing what this is about. I believe that there are people telling you that, you know, you don't deserve the promotion, or you don't, you know, deserve, you know, or you're not able to handle the responsibility of owning your own home, or there's something major here that's being offered to you, or that has just been offered to you, that you have, like, you just are like, oh, this has to be a mistake. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody here to help you but yourself. You need to step into your power. You need to be confident. You have to confidently take what is being given to you, being offered to you, without exception. There's no thinking about it, no thinking things through. If you feel deep down in your heart that you deserve something, then you do. And if others are telling you you don't deserve it, then you may want to question their motives, because the universe, Cernunnos, the universe in the form of Cernunnos, is telling you that you do deserve it. So definitely jump on any offers this week. I would look to spirit or look inside yourself for advice this week. I wouldn't be going to, you know, your best friend and asking for relationship advice. It's like you have all the answers, but you have to be confident enough and self-aware enough to believe yourself, right? This is the universe challenging you to confidence, okay? If you can believe that you deserve, say, that big promotion, or, you know, whatever the case may be, there's so many different things this could be. If you truly believe you deserve it, it will be offered to you, and then you have to take it without fear. This is another card about thinking outside of fear-based responses. This just started right before stream. Otherwise, I never would have even come on. Smoochy, smoochy, smoochy. I'm going to use the unicorn. Yes, I did forget all about that, because I don't have a cryptid deck. I don't have one. I don't. If you want the Aether Creatures one, I can do that one. I just forgot, guys. Honestly, I had RJ with me like 24/7 for the last 6 days, and I didn't do anything but deal with RJ. Smoochie, do you want the Aether Creatures deck? That's the closest I have to cryptid. Thank you, guys. Okay. I'm just going to use that one, just in case our Smoochie wants that one. Oh, yeah, she said yeah already. There's a delay, I'm telling you. All right, baby. I can exchange your guys' phone numbers. I'll do it after stream. I just completely forgot about it. Mike did ask me, though. Okay. Me too, and Edna. I am a complete and total germaphobe, antibacterial wipe, Lysol sprayer, and I really thought I was good. Like, I thought I was safe from whatever was invading, like, my family. Hopefully this is just nothing. Okay. You got card number 20, the Kelpie, which we also have in our other deck, the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Or is that the Celtic? Celtic, I'm sorry. This is the Kelpie, and it's right side up. Smoochie, if the Kelpie has appeared to you right side up, you need to become conscious of what specifically you are thinking, saying, and doing to try to attain and or keep what you desire. Do those things you are thinking, saying, and doing feel, quote unquote, right to you? Are they in alignment with your own integrity? The Kelpie always has its sights fixed on one thing that it wants, usually an attainable, tangible thing such as a person or an object. What is that thing for you in the situation at hand? If the Kelpie comes to you right side up, you are warned to avoid the shadow side of that fixation or obsession. When you are focused on attaining and keeping something, you can easily slip into jealousy, envy, and covetous behavior. You can become rigid in your ideas about how or in what form that thing you want must come to you. You can also fall into powerlessness and depression if you do not get what it is you desire. When the Kelpie comes to you right side up, become very clear about what it is that you're wanting. The powerful energy of focus and even obsession can bring about what you want and quickly. But from there, decide upon direct, conscious, not tricky or manipulative strategies to attain or keep what it is you want. Do not resort to backdoor or shadow strategies. They will result in consequences for everyone involved. Be flexible about how and in what form what you want will come to you or stay with you. If you are experiencing any jealousy, you must resolve your traumas and replace limiting beliefs surrounding loss. If you are experiencing envy, you must resolve your traumas and ask yourself why it is you feel you can't have what others can have, what you want. The Kelpie sometimes comes to people right side up as a wake-up call that someone near them desires them as a romantic mate. On such occasions, this knowledge may serve to clarify the situation at hand, especially the way others are behaving toward you. I don't feel like you're obsessing over anything. I feel like the main thing to get from this card for you for this week, Smoochie, is to understand that you can and will have what it is that you want, what you're striving for, what you're hoping to attain and or achieve. But the problem is you may not recognize it for what it is right away because you're expecting it to happen. And we talk about this a lot on this channel. You're expecting it to happen A, B, C, D, but it's going to happen like Z, Q, R, F. Like you're not, unless you're open to any way that this can come to you, unless you're open to it being in any form, what and or whoever this is, you're not going to immediately recognize the blessing of what you've been given. So the universe is just saying, like, take a step back, open your eyes, and understand that you can't control how things come into your life. That's what the universe does. The universe works in mysterious ways, but it always works for our own good. It works for us, never does things for us, never to us, right? So please be open to any and all possibilities of how something or someone is going to be brought into your life. Right. Don't think of like the normal way that most people would gain whatever this is, because that's not going to happen for you. It is going to happen, but it's not going to happen in the usual sequence. Hopefully, be open to the swatch power. Give me a second, guys. I can't type with these nails yet. I just put them on. I'm just trying to respond to a message from Ghost Dragons, but I keep hitting that extra V. It's either the V or the C when I have nails on. Constant. All right. That don't even make sense what Steven just said to me. As usual, he's trying to protect me. Vixen Doe. Unicorns. Oh, that's awesome. Hairy-footed men. Vixen Doe, that is absolutely lovely. And so incredibly right on. Like, I couldn't have said it better myself. Pray and trust in your guides and angels, and never forget that sometimes you are the miracle that you've been praying for. Vixen, you got polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. We have all played in the shadows and dabbled in darkness throughout different lifetimes. There is no judgment from the divine on what you did or didn't do in this or in any other incarnation. Source sees you as holy, lovable, and worthy, even if you were a part of destruction or deception in other times. Only we hold ourselves in judgment and punish ourselves because we feel we are anything less than pure light. These unicorns show you that there cannot be light without the dark. There cannot be day without the night, just as you could not have the capacity to hold the level of light that you do now if you had not plunged deep into the darkness before. You would not appreciate the good things you have now if you had not experienced their opposite. This polarity serves you beautifully. Rather than trying to disown your shadow side, be proud of it, own it, and integrate it. When you do this, it can no longer hold power over you, and you can start to love and accept every single part of yourself. Doing this brings you true freedom, freedom from the penance you believe you have to pay for being less than pure, freedom from the lie of original sin that has shackled humanity for centuries, freedom from unworthiness and feeling less than others. You are perfect just as you are, with your light and your dark. So Pooja, probably close to last, honey, because you were one of the last to come in. Yeah, Vixen Doe, I feel like this week you could maybe be struggling with regret. That's kind of what I'm getting as the darkness in this scenario. That you're looking back like, did I make the right decision? Did I unnecessarily hurt anybody? What about my karma? You're going to be thinking thoughts of like, I'm seeing regret. That's what I'm looking at, the way that spirit is showing it to me. And the universe is saying, don't ever regret anything, because even in our worst moments, our soul is learning. We are learning. We are evolving as souls and as human beings physically. So if those thoughts start to come to mind, maybe work with some crystals, or just, if you believe in prayer, say a prayer. Definitely don't beat yourself up. You always want to hold yourself accountable, but you're not going to be sitting here holding yourself accountable for, sticking gum in Susie's hair in kindergarten, right? Because that's long since been dealt with by your soul and your spirit team and all of that. Even those little seemingly insignificant things, yes. And I'm being kind of facetious, but everything happens for a reason, and we make every decision we make for a reason. So aside from free will, it's the universe doing its work. So sometimes we could have been led to make a decision that, made us seem like less than who we really are, who we are really striving to be. So no living in regret, shame, guilt, all of that lower vibrational stuff this week. Know that you did make the right decisions. You are on the right path. If you owe anyone an apology, just give it to them. I mean, it's not that hard. And if it is that hard, apologize out loud to the universe and move on from it. Mike. Deep, dark, and dangerous. Mike, you got the dragon, the treasure card. Card number 4, deep. Know what you treasure, Mike. Change is natural. Holding on to what is impossible long term. Protect what is important to you. Set proper boundaries and trouble may avoid you. Be strategic, think ahead, be brave. You can actually triumph if you're willing to try. Perhaps one of the most well-known creatures of the darkness across many world cultures is the dragon. From ancient Sumeria, Japan, China, Korea, right across to Egypt and the Middle East, across Europe, through the Bible, and even Sufi poetry, all have dragon lore. While they may be described differently depending on where you are from, dragons almost always have a serpentine form, are large-tailed, scaly, and often live in hidden places like caves, deep pools, or inside mountains. Asiatic and Middle Eastern dragons are the most like great serpents, sometimes with legs, sometimes without, and are often strategic and intelligent in their mythos. Chinese dragons are beautiful and are considered aligned with the element of rain and bringers of good fortune. The European dragon is most often winged, can breathe fire or spit venom, and has often been the target of heroes who kill them in order to win a prize, overcome something, complete a given task, or recover or steal the dragon's hoard of treasure. It is this aspect of their mythos that is intriguing. Dragons can be seen as both gatekeepers and protectors of treasure, that which is valued, at the same time. Sometimes the dragon collects the shimmering gold and jewels for themselves, simply because it is beautiful to them. Sometimes the treasure is being guarded for a purpose. Good or bad, yet the dragon must be overcome for the hero to be rewarded with some of the treasure. In the Norse sagas, there is a wonderful story of the hero who makes his money by working out various ways to sneak past sleeping dragons. In the English saga Beowulf, a slave steals a single cup from a dragon's hoard, and the dragon knows of it and begins to raise the city around it. Beowulf takes 12 warriors with him to slay the dragon, but when they see it, all but one runs. Beowulf battles the dragon, but his sword shatters and he is mortally injured. Both he and the dragon are dying. He tells the one warrior who stayed that he must bury the majority of the dragon's treasure, lest the cowardly soldiers come back to claim it, and he and the dragon die, both without the precious treasure. Both terrible and beautiful dragon magic is still strong today. So many films and games still mention dragons, and the motif appears on flags for sports teams and in popular culture everywhere. More likely now than ever, dragons are increasingly seen as benevolent, intelligent, and often wronged by humans. Plant companion orchid, crystal companion emerald, or typically gold. The message that I'm getting here, Mike, it's a little bit different from the card. What I'm seeing is that you're seeing something as impossible to obtain. You're looking at something and saying, that is my treasure, whether it be a person or, a way of living or an amount of money or a job or a place, whatever it is for you. And it could be several things. You're saying like, it's what you treasure in your heart, what you want. And it is something you want or someone, but you're like, impossible. And you keep moving on from it. The problem is it's not impossible. And those self-limiting beliefs are actually what's keeping you from this heart treasure. The universe is saying, like, how do you know if you don't try? And if you, semi-try and then I'm trying to, if you like semi-try and then fail, or if you try, 3 times and fail, like, why are you giving up if it's the treasure of your own heart? You have to keep pushing, keep trying different ways of obtaining it. But it starts with the belief that you actually can, and you can. That's why this card is coming up for you. So this week, please try to stop the self-limiting, the negative self-talk, the self-limiting beliefs, and push yourself to try, even if it seems, unattainable or unreachable, even if it seems too hard, even if it seems like whatever excuse you're going to give yourself. The universe is saying you can have it, but you have to work for it. You can't just half-ass attempt and then give up. And I don't know what this is about, but are my earrings backwards? Yeah, they sure are. Check that out. Nope, that's backwards. Okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted there, as I do. Yeah, you have to be able to at least, thank you, nuts up, see the end goal. You can't think the end goal is impossible, because then it's not an end goal and it's an impossibility. You have to really believe that you can achieve it and obtain it, and you will. Kirby's 100, are you still here? Then it's Aunt Edna and Zerg. Kirby's and Zerg, please let me know you're still here. Nutslab, you definitely, these are the ones you gave me. They're really not that heavy. They're lovely. And thank you. Zerg, I see you. Shelly, thank you. While I'm waiting for Kirby's, let me read for Aunt Edna with the Seeker Oracle. Yeah, and I know that. Of course you are. All right, and heed the vibes. Obviously, there's a Scorpion on here, so I will say possibly some Scorpio energy. And Edna, Scorpion has poor eyesight, but this limitation does not prevent it from obtaining what it needs. Scorpion can sense its prey with the small hairs on its pedipalps, its claws. These hairs are so sensitive to vibration that it can locate airborne prey with ease. The particles that make up all forms of matter are in constant motion. The air around you is never still. At normal room temperature, oxygen and nitrogen molecules move through the air at speeds of 300 to 400 meters per second. A crystal on your shelf is made up of ordered particles that cannot move past each other but vibrate in place. When you are still, you vibrate. Your body might appear to be motionless, but everything within it is in motion, even your mind. Your physical, mental, and emotional state affect your vibrational frequency. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the ebb and flow of the energy within it? Have you ever met someone and felt drawn to them or repelled by them? Many people are sensitive to other people's vibration. Scorpion asks that you hone your senses, heed the vibes around you. No, don't act on them blindly. Instead, use what you sense as a reason to look deeper, to observe, to ask questions, and then to act. What does this card think we're noobs? and this is definitely something you already know. I do feel like your powers of energetic perception are going to be put to the test this coming week. And I do get it kind of in the form of either really liking or really disliking someone that has the opposite effect on everyone else. For example, you meet someone, you automatically vibe with them, you decide to, I don't know, take them out for dinner with your girlfriends. None of your girlfriends like this person, but you, just based on their energy, love them. And that's okay. Nobody else has to understand that. You're definitely going to be needing your ability to heed the vibes, to sense people's frequencies and vibrations this week for good or bad. I'm not being shown really which one it's going to be, and that's definitely for a reason, because normally I'd be able to tell you. But I am getting like you kind of stepping in for someone and being like, no, like this person's not like that. And like knowing what you're talking about just based on the person's vibe when, you know, everyone else is, I don't know, accusing them of lying or this or that. Like you're in defense of someone based on their vibe. And you've honed your vibe. I believe that you're in a spiritually elevated enough place to be able to understand what this is without me really explaining a lot. You're going to need to be aware of your own and everyone else's around you energetic vibration. I feel also that you're going to be able to kind of sniff out other people's lies this week. Like no one's going to be putting anything past you. Okay. And they could be trying to, because I'm getting a sense of that as well. Did anyone see if Kirby's answered me? And Zerg, I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream. Yeah, and I feel that. I'm kind of the same thing here. Ugh. Zerg, Repairing the Veil, the card of forgiveness, card number 45 in the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish who we are, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you had been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim. Both are positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with the newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. This is the same thing I said to you, I believe it was Chill and Charlie earlier. It is time to come to terms with yourself, come, to peace with things that you may have done that you still are regretful about, even shameful maybe, but also to extend that olive branch to others who may have harmed you, and ask for forgiveness to others you may have harmed. This is getting right with spirit, with your own spirit, getting right spiritually. And usually, if you're able to do this and accomplish this, it usually happens right before a big spiritual awakening, a big shift in your vibration, in the energy field around you, in your aura, all of those things. So if there's anything you kind of been dwelling on lately that you've done and I think it's both here, that someone else has done to you, do what you can to repair, mend, and mend fences and friendships and relationships. I am suddenly freezing, so I am so sorry, you guys. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to go grab a sweater. Okay, guys. All right. And the heat kicks on now. All right. That was Zerg. Kirby did not answer. So, Bat Mom, I'm going to call your guys' names. Please let me know you're here now, because this is the last of you guys. And after this, I am going to end. It's so crazy. Like, all of a sudden, a few minutes before this happened, I started getting this weird thing in my throat. There's a lot of energy coming through tonight, and it's just overwhelming. Okay. Bat Mom, I know you're here. Johnny Yuma, Madison Teague, Pooja Gupta, Salvatore Soto, and Kirby's one more time. Let me know, all of you, that you are here. And let's start with your so welcome, guys. Bat Mom. Bat Mom, I'm going to use the Water Temple Oracle. Yes, please, let's send Blue Crossroads some light and love and prayers and healing and just everything we possibly can send him right now. He definitely needs it. No, I'm okay, Bat Mom. There's only like 4 left. It's not a big deal. Okay, Madison is here. Great. Salvatore's here. So that's Pooja, Johnny Yuma, and Kirby's one more time, I think. Okay, thank you. He's going. All right, that mom. Goddess Sulis. The card of clarity. I am a visionary. Wow, what a card. Flow words are hope, see, and act. Goddess Sulis comes forward to guide you to victory. Her name is linked to the old Irish word for eye or seeing, and she is here to support your intuitive sight, vision, and dreams. Goddess Sulis implores you to stay focused and be clear about what you're trying to achieve. Like Goddess Sulis, you are a warrior of peace. This card indicates that you've effectively resolved a challenging situation. Your capacity to see both sides and act decisively results in a diplomatic resolution and a triumphant outcome. As your celestial companion, Sulis will lift you ever higher so you can take in your heroic adventure as it gracefully unfolds. Seeing your dreams in vivid detail can help make them a reality. You may wish to capture a dream in full color through painting, sketching, or collage. Feel the thrill of your vision come to life. See your goals and manifest them through determination and action. Premeditated strategy, unwavering faith, and sheer willpower will pay off. And this isn't just with personal goals, right? Things that you want to achieve to help someone else. Sulis is saying you have the ability, right? You are in a position right now, if you can only figure out how, if you can only strategize, be strategic, definitely have a plan, and go forward with the plan patiently, slowly, and over time. And you will gain who or what you're trying to gain here. You have the advantage and the upper hand, even if it seems like you don't, even if it seems like you're fighting a losing battle, even if it seems whatever negativity you're thinking. But you have to be strategic. Lay it all out, outline it on paper if you have to. What you're hoping for is going to happen as long as you put in the work. I'm getting a behind the scenes type vibe. You don't want to talk to too many people about this, about what you're planning, what you're doing. It may seem underhanded or tricky to certain people, but not to Sulis and not to the universe. If this affects anyone in a negative way, they have it coming. And I'm not saying go out and hurt people, but I think that you have the upper hand in a situation that you're trying to help someone with, and you don't even realize you do. So take it slow, keep believing, have faith. No, Pooja, you're coming up, honey. And it's probably going to be a couple months down the line, but I do feel this whole situation that's had you so stressed out and maybe even hurt, heartbroken, whatever it is, turning in your favor if you persevere and just keep going, chipping away at it. Yes. Okay, I will. Ghost Dragon says, please give them my love and night. All right. So Johnny Yuma and Kirby's did not answer. So it's Madison, Pooja, and Salvador. And then I'm going to end. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. But I'll get to all that. First, let's read for Madison. Madison, I'm going to use the Seeker. Oh, thank you so much, Bat Mom. Gemma, you are a light in a dark path. Love you. I love you too. I love all you guys. I look forward to this stream more than anything else that I do work-wise all week, Look to the future, Madison. To have goals and dreams is to have something to look forward to. Working to achieve a goal gives our lives both purpose and meaning. It gives us direction, something tangible in which to invest our time and energy, especially if our goal involves doing something we love. It teaches us about commitment, dedication, and manifestation. Goals can motivate us and help us to avoid distraction. While accomplishing a goal can be great for our self-esteem and confidence in simply having goals, we are building our own futures. Madison, achieving a goal or making a dream come true takes both planning and action. This is almost literally the card I just pulled for Bat Mom, just from a different deck. If you have an idea and you know that implementing that idea will improve your life, then now is the time to determine what course of action to take. What's your objective? Have you set a realistic and achievable goal? Do you need to set smaller goals along the way? What steps do you need to make to achieve the outcome you desire? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In other words, there will be both reward and consequence. There is something to gain, but it will come at a cost. There is always price to be paid, so you need to be prepared. Also, be mindful that your goal may need to evolve as time passes. Reevaluate as you move closer to your desired outcome, and allow for change and new direction if required. It's time to look to the future, to plan, and then to act. So, hi, Haunted by Haunted. Madison, definitely time for you to start getting serious about where you see yourself in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and making those things happen. I feel like you've been through some traumatic times, and it's okay to dwell for a little while, and it's okay to be confused and kind of not know what the next steps to take are. But the universe is saying, pull yourself out of that. Start making these plans. Start implementing these plans. Set small goals and achieve them. Set a small goal for every single day. You know, every day I'm going to wake up and list 3 things I'm grateful for, and then do that for a week and see how good you feel about accomplishing and achieving that goal, about following through, right? So, Haunted by Haunted, welcome. I'm not feeling that good tonight. I apologize. So this is the universe kind of trying to kick you into high gear. It's time to stop dwelling, to stop, looking back with guilt or shame, fear, regret, all of those things, to stop feeling like you can't, because you definitely can. All right. Make one long-term goal for, say, a year from now, and then make one goal that you want to accomplish each month until then. And you'll be good to go. Haunted by Haunted, I will squeeze you in, but I will squeeze you in last because we are about to end, simply because I'm not feeling well. One of our gemstones has passed today, and my co-host's house almost burned down. So it's been a hectic couple of days. I, of course, had to come in and do the stream because I love you guys so much, but it is getting a lot on my throat right now. Of course it is. Thank you, Bat Mom. I do appreciate you. Donations, guys, PayPal, Cash App, super sticker, super chat, super thanks in the comments. This is how I live. So I always do appreciate those, being able to live. Pooja, Salvador, and Haunted. All right. Pooja, I am going to use Wisdom of the House of Night. I'm definitely taking the rest of the week and the weekend to rest. Yes, thank you. I am going to have some hot tea. Thank you for reminding me, and that's actually a great idea. Shauna actually sent me some loose tea, some hot toddy and cinnamon bark, and I'm going to make some of that. Pooja, you got the card of Fragment, card number 15. And Madison, honey, that should be telling you something. Several cards say the same thing. That is the universe really kind of trying to impress it on you before it moves on with these opportunities, right? Because when you make, say, like a 10-year plan, you're very welcome, Pooja, and thank you. When you make a 10-year plan, you have to let the universe know that and start actively working toward it, so the universe can start moving people, places, things around, putting you in the path of that plan. You know, if you don't work toward it, the universe is like, they're not serious this time, and starts putting other things and people in your path to accomplish other goals and to, whatever the case may be. So, Pooja, sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole. Even if at times things feel separate and fragmented, that is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I, Nyx, love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things may seem. Also, remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. Definitely someone hiding something from you. You're making decisions right now in a certain area of your life, could be romantic relationship, your job, etc. You'll know what it is, or you should, and you'll definitely know by the end of this week. But you're not seeing the whole thing. So you're making decisions right now based on half truths, of only seeing one part of it. So for instance, and this is just an example, this is not what's, probably not what's happening, but you're deciding if you want to marry your significant other of 6 months. While you're trying to decide if you're going to marry this person, they're also engaged to someone else, but you don't know that. So obviously, if you know they're engaged to someone else, you're going to say hell no, but you don't know the entire truth. So I would not make any major decisions this week, okay, about anything. And by, the end of next week, you should start coming around to seeing the entire picture. Miss Lara, hello. So you're apprised, Ghost Dragon had his issue with the house fire, and then Shauna passing, and now suddenly I feel really, really sick. So I'm trying to squeeze everyone in. It's so good to see you. I hope you had a great holiday. And speaking of which, everyone who I sent gifts to, I'm sending them out little by little. So by the second week of January, everyone should have their Christmas gift from me. That's just who I am as a human being. Thank you, Haunted by Haunted. This literally came on 10 minutes before I started the stream. I have been totally fine despite everyone around me being sick. I thought I was going to escape it. So, all right, Salvatore, let's do Moonology Manifestations. Then we will do Haunted by Haunted. Miss Paranormal Pixie, and then I really do have to go. Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. You don't have to do that. You are one of the people I'm sending gifts out to. Just financially, it was hard for me. I couldn't send everyone's out at once because I did send quite a few people. So it's a little bit out of time, but you are in the first batch. So you're welcome, Salvatore. And Paranormal Pixie, I really do appreciate that because I'm really all of a sudden just like, All right, Salvatore, full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Okay. Salvatore, you need a detox to restore equilibrium to your situation. Perhaps you've been obsessing and have fallen into a negative headspace. Whatever the case, you need to release any dramas, possessiveness, and stubbornness to free up everything. Digging your heels in won't help, and neither will allowing yourself to be mean. It could be a spiritual, emotional, or physical detox that's called for. Find a balance between what your heart wants and what is the practical next step to take. Your challenge now is to balance yourself emotionally. This might not be easy, but it'll boost your manifesting ability far more than if you're over-emotional and therefore out of alignment. Your manifestation affirmation, I express love and love comes back to me. Yeah, I feel like you just need some perspective, Salvatore. There's, not to be repetitive in the readings, but sometimes this happens. There's something you're not seeing too. I feel like, and this isn't as big as what Pooja isn't seeing, but it could be for you. There's something it's like you can't get beyond. So what the universe is suggesting is that you kind of start from scratch in your way of thinking, of putting 2 and 2 together and being sure that it equals 4. Because right now, someone somewhere along the way, and maybe it could be someone telling you this, it ended up equaling 5. And, 2 and 2 equals 4. So kind of clear your head, clear your space. If you can do a cleansing with sage around your house, or even Palo Santo incense work just as well. Maybe a guided meditation while you sleep, a spring cleaning in December, right? And I mentioned this before, cleaning out under beds, under dressers, cleaning out closets, donating things, getting rid of things that no longer, you're using or that serve you, and really detoxifying your space as well as your headspace. Maybe drinking herbal tea, maybe changing your diet until you can see things more clearly. There is a blockage in your energy, definitely here, throat chakra and crown chakra. So maybe some guided chakra opening or cleansing meditations. You can find so many great ones on YouTube. And then revisit the situation after you've had time to sit back, meditate, really, really think things through. I feel like if you could just sit back and if you could really sit back and think about whatever the situation is or whatever is going on that's got you kind of confused, that's got 2 + 2 = 5, you'll be able to spot like, aha, oh, that's what this is. but you need to be clear-headed, okay? And you need to be coming from a non-biased place. Okay, Haunted by Haunted, are you still here? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, I'm using Aether Creatures. I always wish I could do like so much more for you guys. And that's why I can't wait to get like the business open and like have, you know, extra on hand to just be able to send out like a healing crystal gift or a sympathy gift or to just, you know, travel and invite you all into my world and visit you guys. And, you know, but it's coming, you know, it's in my 10-year plan. So yes, Madison, I did say that, honey, and I do. Fractal Widget, Haunted by Haunted, and it's card number 27. It fell sideways. I'm taking it in the upright. There it is. Okay. Interesting. If a fractal widget has appeared to you right side up, understanding is your issue. Most likely, there is something you are not understanding about the situation at hand, or you are currently not being understanding relative to someone or something. This is the third or fourth card in a row. There might be something specific that you are aware you don't currently understand, or equally, this could be a situation where you aren't aware that you don't understand something. If this is a situation where you know what it is that you don't understand, a good exercise is to break down what it is into smaller components. Write down everything about the situation that you do understand first so as to get as clear as possible about what you don't. Then strategize how to go about gaining understanding of those things that you don't understand. This being said, you firstly need to make sure you are in a receptive, open, attentive, curious state of mind. And Salvatore, listen to this as well, please. Consciously seek to gain understanding. Be willing to ask for help. Approach the situation from multiple perspectives. This may mean involving many different people that you know will have different perspectives on the situation. Take time to talk about what you don't understand about it. A fractal widget usually appears if there is a lesson to be learned, something more to know. Understanding something is what stands between yourself and the improvement you are seeking. Remember, learning to understand is a strength, not a weakness. What I'm getting, Bat Mom, I could definitely talk to you guys about that next stream. I really have to sit down and see what it is that's needed at this point to get that done. Haunted by Haunted, what I'm getting right now is a sense of what the misunderstanding here is the not understanding that you need to be aligned spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, you know, psychically, and you may not understand certain aspects of that, but you can ask for help from spirit. You can ask for help from your guides and your ancestors. And if you feel totally foolish doing those things, do them when no one else is around. What can it hurt? You just may hear an answer in your head, or something synchronistic just might flow right on into your life. That's the answer to what you're asking. The lack of understanding here comes from you not being connected or aligned enough with your spiritual side, right? And once you are, or once you can at least admit that you're not, admit that, you know, all of these different perspectives and sides do exist, and be willing to ask for help, that is when the help is going to come in for you. And you're going to be amazed at the changes. So if you've been working on something or trying to figure something out, not understanding something, I feel like this card said not understanding a million times, way too many times, more times than necessary, just like I just did. It's like once you get to that point where you're willing to accept that, you know, spiritual alignment does exist, or that you may be out of it, things like that. And once you start asking out loud, the universe, the cosmos, spirit, God, Jesus, whoever it is that you feel that you're asking, your ancestors, the, you know, deceased loved ones, whatever. I bring all those possibilities up to put at least something in your mind, or some aspect of it that you can start asking for help. It's like, it can't hurt. What can it hurt? And once you do that, you're going to get a better understanding of not only the situation at hand, things are going to be revealed to you that, you know, you didn't even know weren't being revealed to you, and you're going to start feeling immediately better. I'm going to suggest to you as well guided meditations while you sleep for whatever it is you're looking for. Spiritual alignment, communion with guides, communion with angels, okay, with spirit. Dead effing balls. All right, guys, I am beat. My throat is giving out. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your kind words and being here for me. And yeah, no, it really doesn't matter. Haunted by haunted. It's the message. Sometimes I'll ask, but the message is mainly just about your energy, about being able to open up to source and to the universe and understand that abundance is our birthright as human beings. And if we can get into that mind frame and look at everything from a positive standpoint, even if it's just lessons that we learn, we can achieve beyond our wildest dreams. Guys, thank you so much for your kindness, all of your beautiful words. Please also send it all over to Blue Crossroads tonight and to Ghost Dragons now more than ever. I love you bunches too. I love all of you guys. And thank you, Pine Island Research. So nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Nuts up. You don't have to prove it to me. You just have to prove it to yourself and the universe. I'll probably see you guys Monday. That is still up in the air, depending on, how I'm feeling everything with Steven. But definitely we will be here next Wednesday, hopefully in full effect, ready to go the whole time and with nothing stopping us. Yeah. No, it wasn't Haunted by Haunted. You weren't late. It's just a weird night. There's so much going on that we're not able to go the full time. But normally you did not come in late at all. You're actually very early. We usually go to 11 or 11:30. Love and light, guys. Bye-bye.